Hey everybody, David Heretic here with a state of the channel update. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. Just want to touch base with everybody and let y'all know how the channel's going and get some input from you guys and maybe even do a little Q&A. We shall see. First of all, I would like to talk about the channel and how it's growing. In case you haven't noticed, and I didn't notice until my wife pointed it out to me once again. Listen, I don't look at numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. I don't care about stats and whatnot, but this is kind of a big deal. Yeah, we hit 1,000. How? How in the world did we hit 1,000 people? No, listen, guys and gals, look. I know everybody's going to be sitting there going, congratulations on getting 1,000 on your channel, stuff like that. Guys, I did very little. I didn't do a whole lot. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is you guys and gals. This is all you're doing.
That's the truth.
You're the ones that are joining. You are the ones that are becoming a part of the fan base. You are the ones spreading the good word. You are the ones that are making this channel grow. It's not me. All I'm doing is sitting in front of a camera, watching stuff and reacting to it. That's all I'm doing. To be perfectly honest with you. You guys are the ones who are really making this channel work. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I will always thank you guys because you really are the ones that make this channel happen. So thank you so much, guys. Speaking of growth, I mean, look, I know you guys love the channel. Okay, I know you do. And believe me, I am all in favor of you guys sharing the channel with people. I am. I'm all in favor of that. Sharing is caring. You hear that all the time. And I appreciate you guys sharing this channel with everybody that you know. I do. Having said that, though, I have gotten a couple of messages from other reaction channels asking me to stop having you guys advertise my channel, or this channel, I should say, on their channel. You know, apparently, I'm not naming names, but apparently some of you have gone to other reactor channels and say, hey, you should come check out this channel. I appreciate it, guys. I do. I absolutely applaud that type of devotion and that type of loyalty. I do, and I really and truly do appreciate it. But guys, there's a right way and there's a wrong way, okay? Let's not do that. Let's not go to other reactors channels and try to steal away their viewership. Let's do it the right way, okay? If you want to share the channel with your friends, neighbors, you know, whoever, you know, through your social media, whatever, hey, by all means, please do. I'm all in favor of that. But don't go to other reactors channels and try to get them to come over here. You know, that doesn't sit well with other people. I could care less, you know, me personally. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. But I could see where the other reactors are coming from. So let's not make waves. Okay, next discussion. We're going to talk a little bit about voting. Thumbs up versus thumbs down. Okay, you see these buttons underneath every video. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like it, don't like it. Now, here's the thing, folks. It seems like pretty much every video has gotten at least a couple thumbs down. Now, look. I'm going to try and spell this out for you. If you want to give the video a thumbs up, great. That's awesome, okay? I got no problem with that whatsoever. Please do give the videos thumbs up. It does the channel a world of good when you do. Giving a video a thumbs down. I have no problem with people giving the videos thumbs down as long as for the right reason. Now, when you're giving the thumbs down, it hurts the channel. It hurts the analytics, and it hurts the channel from growing. Now, why would you give the video a thumbs down? If you don't like the video itself, if you don't like what I said, if you don't like how I said it, if you don't like the topic that I'm talking about, whatever, if that's the reason you want to give it a thumbs down, great. By all means, go ahead. Give it the thumbs down for that reason. That's fine, okay? That is why you should give it a thumbs down. Now, if you're giving the video a thumbs down because you don't like the song I'm reacting to, like, oh, it's not Pearl Jam, thumbs down. Well, that's not the right reason to give it a thumbs down, okay? Listen, I don't want to start a war here among factions of fans, you know, the Pearl Jam fans and, you know, the Warning fans and, you know, who else? You know, the Temple of the Dog fans, and, you know, I don't want to start a war here, okay? So, do me a favor, guys. If you're going to give a thumbs down to the video, that's fine. Just make sure you please give it a thumbs down for the wrong reason. If it's me, if it's what I'm saying, if it's what I'm, you know, grading and whatever, you want to give a thumbs down for that, by all means, go ahead. If you're only giving it a thumbs down because you're a Pearl Jam fan and it's an arch enemy song and you're going to give it a thumbs down for that reason, that is the wrong reason. That's hurting the channel, okay? So please don't give it thumbs down for the wrong reasons. If you're going to give it a thumbs down, give it for the right reason, all right? Next thing I want to talk about, status of the queue. Now, the queue is huge. I'm not going to lie. The queue is humongous, okay? But I do have some good news. I started going through the queue and I started noticing that there was a lot of duplicate requests. Like a lot of people requested the same song but different versions. Like, I'll give you an example. Pearl Jam Black. There was, I kid you not, there was seven different versions of the same song requested. Guys, I'm not gonna do 7 versions of the same song. That is repetitious and it's not even a genuine reaction because I've heard the song now. I've actually, as of filming this, I've heard the song twice now. So, no more. I've done it twice. There's other songs. Let's move on. So I went through, there was over 700 songs in the queue. The queue got to 704. And that's when I really had to step in and go, okay, there's no way. There is no way that that's accurate. And I started looking and I started noticing a lot of duplicates. I went through, I got rid of all the duplicates. I took the names and I added them to the proper, song. So everybody that did request a song, they're going to get the credit for being a requester. It's going to be one song. After doing that, I think you'll be pleased to know it's still up. It's still big, but I got it from 704 to 412. There were a ton of duplicates. So I got it more under control, but it's still really big, okay? So we're sitting at 412 requests in the queue currently as it stands. Now, people have been asking me, how can people see the request list? I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I have no clue. And that's why I'm opening this up to you guys. If you guys know how to do this, please let me know. And I'll take it under advisement for sure, because I would like to have you guys have the ability to see where your request is in the list and see for yourself how big this request list really is. Second thing I would like to know is that something that the fan base will want. I've had several people say they would love to know where their request is. They would love to see this queue for themselves. Is that something you guys really want to see? If it is, let me know and give me some ideas as to how I can get it up there. The other thing I want to talk about is in regards to the queue is any idea on how to get under control? I mean, there's a lot of people requesting songs, and there's some great requests I would love to get to, but the fairest way I can think of is just to do it in the order that they were received. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a few songs that are in the queue way down at the bottom of the queue, way down at the bottom, but there's like 8 or 9 people that have requested it. Should I move those up closer to the top because there's more people wanting to hear it, or should I just keep it as it is, order of, first come, first serve? I mean, you tell me, what do you guys want? I'm open to suggestions. I'm always open to suggestions, because remember, guys, it's not my channel, it's our channel. You guys have a part in this. I want to hear what you have to say. Now, will it happen? Probably, maybe, I don't know. I mean, if it's a great suggestion, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it. Next thing I want to talk about, and this has been mentioned a couple times, I do feel it bears mentioning. I'm sure in the last like 14 or 15 videos, you guys may have noticed that there is some transparency happening with the video that's being reacted to. I'm using opacity filter. The reason I'm using an opacity filter is I'm trying to avoid copyright. Now, it was mentioned to me by several other reactors that this is what they do to avoid copyright blocking. They use an opacity filter and they make it somewhat slightly transparent so you can see a background. It does throw off the algorithm according to them. Now, has it worked? I honestly couldn't tell you if it's worked or not. I will say this. I've had 2 videos blocked since I started using it. No, 3. I've had 3 videos blocked since I started doing it. So it's not foolproof. Clearly, it's not foolproof. Does it work? It very well could. I'm not sure. I mean, look, I've only had 3 videos blocked in the last couple weeks, and that's pretty good. I mean, other videos are getting through. So is it working? To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% sure if it's not. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Should I stop using it? Because I've had people say it is a little distracting. I understand it's a little distracting, but if it's helping me get through with videos not getting blocked, I think it's worth it. Okay, now listen. Again, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. It's no skin off my teeth. If it gets blocked, it goes up on the Patreon page. I want to help you guys see as many videos as possible and not get them blocked. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. If you don't mind the opacity filter, let me know. If you do mind the opacity filter, let me know also. But understand that if we get rid of that opacity filter, there's a good chance more videos will get blocked. I don't know, okay? It's the only way to do it is to find out, is to try. I personally don't see it as that big of a deal. Like, I do see it, but I try to look through it. I try to keep the opacity not too noticeable so that it's not too distorted, but you guys tell me. One other thing I want to talk about, the pausing versus non-pausing. I tallied up the votes. It was not as close as I thought it was going to be. There were far more votes for pausing than not pausing. But I think I have a compromise, and you may have noticed me doing this. I'm not going to pause as much. I'm not going to pause like every 20 seconds. I'm going to try and pause like every minute, or to a minute and 15. I'm going to pause. And I'm also going to back up 10 seconds. That way, if I pause, I have to break, and we'll go back and we'll get you guys a running start and back into it. I feel like that's a pretty good compromise. I had a lot of people say, we want you to pause, just not pause so much, and here's something you can do to help. And I appreciate the input, guys, I really do. And as you can see, I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to implement it. So I am going to still pause, not as much. I'm going to roll the dice and take the chances here with it. So I'll be pausing like every minute to a minute and a half, somewhere in there, and I'll rewind 10 seconds to get you a running start. I feel like that's a good compromise, and hopefully it works out well for the channel. So for all you guys that did vote and let me know, trust me, your votes were heard. I was really kind of shocked. I was really expecting more people to say don't pause, but far more people said pause. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad I gave you guys the chance to vote. All right, last thing, some Q&A. I love doing Q&A. If you guys have any questions for me, like stuff you want to know, please feel free to ask me. My life is an open book. I got no problem, sharing, my life with you guys. Just don't ask me about my family. I try to keep family and work separate. So don't talk about my family, and don't ask me about politics, religion, money, and relationships. Okay, don't ask me about those 4 things. Those are the 4 taboos you never discuss. Okay, you never talk about those things. Politics, religion, money, relationships. Never talk about those. Anything else at all, I'm an open book. Nancy Schroick asks, she heard that I was really big into the prog rock music. She asked what era of prog. Her first experiences were with ELO, Uriah Heep, Jethro Tull. Yes. Metal is Van Halen, Black Sabbath, Scorpions. Okay. She just wanted to know where my prog metal heart lies. Okay. So I used to be a big Dream Theater fan. Huge Dream Theater fan. So I was very big into Dream Theater. I was also really big into bands. I'll go back quite a bit. Yes. Yeah. Yes is in there. Rush, big time. Let's see. Who else? Rush was a big one. Yes. ELO, not so much. A little too out there for me. More modern would definitely be Dream Theater, obviously. Planet X was good. Platypus was good too. Another band that I really liked, and I didn't really like them until I saw them live, was Spock's Beard. They were really good too. They're a band definitely worth checking out as well. I was also really big into the guitar virtuosos like Steve Vai. Joe Satriani was a big one for me. Eric Johnson, Blue Saraceno. Oh gosh, who else? I mean, those are the big ones, I suppose. Blue Saraceno, Steve Vai. Gary Hoey. Gary Hoey was a big one for me too. Those were my prog rock roots. Those are who I really enjoyed listening to. So I hope that answered your question. Jay Murray asked, Jay Murray has a couple of questions for me, all on behalf of his family. So let's see. Question number 1: Have you ever had your hair up in like a pin cushion, like in a bun? This is from his sister. Funny story. Yes. When I was visiting my niece and my nephews one time up in Alaska, when my brother was stationed up in Alaska, it was snowing. There wasn't really a whole lot to do, so my niece had the brilliant idea of, let's give Uncle a makeover. So they went and they got a towel, put her on my neck, like it was like a real salon, man. It was crazy. And she was putting my hair up, and yeah, she put all of this up into a bun. There is a picture of it. I am not going to share it. Not because I'm embarrassed, but the bun. It has my niece and my nephews all in the picture, and my brother has specifically requested to, if I'm going to share any family photos, please don't have his kids in it, and I respect that, and I'm not going to. But yeah, there's some pictures that they love to make fun of me with my hair up in a bun. So yes, it has happened. Next question. Youngest sister, the littlest sister, said, can you look into the camera with the other eye and say, are you ready? Well, here's the thing. You probably have seen my earlier videos when I was doing it with my right eye, and I was going in like this. Well, here's the problem with that. I would go in with the right eye, I'd be talking that way. My microphone's over here though. So that's why I started going this way. So you probably haven't seen the new videos where I started doing this and I figured out, and I'm like, why does my voice keep dropping out? Oh, that's right, the mic's over there and I'm looking over there. That's why you can't hear me. So yeah, now I do it this way now with the left eye looking. So yes. Are you ready? Yeah. Mic's over here. So I hope that answers your question, littlest sister. Okay, who are your top 3 bass players? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, if you're talking about influences, this is from his dad apparently. His dad would like to know who my top influences are. Definitely at the top of my list, Cliff Burton from Metallica. May he rest in peace. He is my absolute #1 influence on my playing. Followed up very closely with Geddy Lee of Rush and Steve Harris of Iron Maiden. I love all of them. And they're all fingers. They all use fingers. Now, people have asked, do you pick or do you finger? I prefer fingering. I do. Picking, I have no problem with doing it. I understand, picking gives it a certain tone, a certain percussive attack. And, I know some songs call for it. Me personally, I prefer fingering. I feel like fingering is more versatile. So I like bass players who finger. So Cliff Burton, yes. Geddy Lee, yes. And Steve Harris. They're great bass players. I'm also going to give 2 honorable mentions. Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, and for lack of a better word, his swagger. His attitude on stage, very nonchalant, very I don't care. I'm here to rock out. I don't care what people think of me. I'm very much about that. And the other one I'm going to give a big shout out to is Gene Simmons from Kiss. Now, not from a musicality standpoint. I mean, I know I could probably play circles around Gene Simmons. I know I could, okay? But I will say this. Showmanship, I get a lot from him. I mean, I do. My stage presence and my movement on stage, my antics on stage, how I interact with the crowd, I really molded myself around Gene Simmons. So I'm going to give Lemmy Kilmister and Gene Simmons honorable mentions, not so much for playing style, but for attitude and showmanship. But I hope I answered your question. As far as influences go, Cliff Burton, Steve Harris, Geddy Lee. All right, cool. Question number 4. Can you change the volume on your sound effects as Mom has to grab the clicker and turn it down? LOL, from Mom. Okay, well, Mom, you'll be glad to know as you get into the further videos, I was tweaking around with my volumes quite a bit. I've gotten a lot of compliments now on where my mix is currently. Everybody likes where everything is, so I did change it. It did get adjusted. Hopefully it's to your liking. Let's see. My other brothers and sisters are too busy on their phones to notice your videos, so there's nothing from them, but I'll ask my uncle if he has any. Okay, well, feel free to ask your uncle. And to your brothers and sisters, get off your phones and watch the videos. No, I'm kidding. Do what you want to do. Hopefully that answered your questions. Guys, and again, if you guys have any other questions you'd like to ask me, please feel free to ask me. I am always down to answer questions and let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, and hopefully be able to answer your questions in a speedy way, which would be nice. Other than that, that's pretty much it for now, folks. Again, thank you very much for all of your support. You guys are the ones making this channel grow, so I appreciate each and every single one of you for being a part of this and being a part of us. So let's just keep enjoying the ride, man. Let's just keep this thing rolling and moving, and let's enjoy the ride. So yeah, until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.